Welcome, everybody. I'm Dave Wild, president of Nextage Realty International, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to the Nextage opportunity. I want to take a few moments of your time this evening and explain to you what a great opportunity this is. I personally have been in the real estate business a long time myself, and I can honestly say I've never seen anything as exciting as what this business model is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started into the I and we of real estate. Now that may not make sense to you right now, but that's what I want to share with you. I heard opportunity knocking. Let's kind of take a look at what happened in 2009. There were over 5 million existing homes sold in the United States in 2009, which approached $1 trillion in home sales value, and that generated about $40 billion in commissions that were paid to brokers and salespeople around the country. That's a staggering amount of business, considering that a lot of people don't think that the real estate market is very good. Well, it is good. Yes, there are some challenges out there. Many of those are short sales, pre-foreclosures, or REOs that have been foreclosed, but there's still a lot of opportunity, isn't there? And my question to you is, are you maximizing the full potential of this industry? Now, as I travel around and talk to brokers and salespeople around the country, I always like to ask them, what do you feel your full potential is? And they always relate in the same way. And that's in terms of what they feel they can do in their own local marketplace. How many listings can I take? How many sales can I make? How much can I generate in commission dollars? But it's always me, what I can do in my local marketplace. Well, with Nextage Realty, and what I want to share with you this afternoon is that your full potential is no longer just what you can do, but how much of that $40 billion in commissions that are generated around the country you can capture. That becomes your full potential. Now, see if you can relate to this as well. Those of you that are already in the business, I'm sure you can. I came into the real estate business expecting the freedom to work my own business in my own way, and unlimited opportunity and the ability to make the most of the opportunities before me. Now, don't we all come into the business kind of looking for those types of things? That's exactly what attracts us to the business. Now, here's the reality though. Instead, I found I worked much harder than I expected to generate the income I desired. I remember when I went into the real estate business, I was a very young man at the time, and I remember thinking, you know what, that real estate business has got to be good. The people that I saw in the business, they seemed to wear nice clothes and drive nice cars, usually lived in nice homes. And I thought, boy, oh boy, that must be nice to make that kind of money and not have to work very hard. See, I just thought that all you had to do is put somebody in your car, drive them around, show them a few homes, go back to the office, write up a contract and make a lot of money. But we know that it's not that way. I mean, as a matter of fact, it was once described to me that real estate is the highest paying hard work and the lowest paying easy work that there is. And I think that's true. We can make good money in this business, but we have to work hard to do it. It takes long hours as we continue to build our business. And changes in the economy and other forces beyond our control could devastate the business almost overnight. And we've seen that in the last few years, how the market can change, and guess what? When that market changes, so does your income. It can go up when the market is good, and it can be negatively impacted when the market is bad. So I asked myself a few key questions, and see if these questions don't make sense to you. Does my income justify the hours and effort I expend to produce it? As I said, as we continue to build our business, we have to work harder, don't we? If we want to make more money this year than we did last year, we have to do more business. And in order to do more business, that normally means we have to work more, work harder. Do market fluctuations make it difficult to build a stable career? Well, I think we can all relate to that. We certainly have seen how the down markets can be a negative impact, just the same as the up markets are a positive impact on our commission. How long do I want to continue working at my current pace? As I said earlier, if we want to do more business, we have to work harder, don't we? And as we continue to work harder and harder and harder, unfortunately, many times we burn out in the business. I've been in this business a long time and have seen a lot of good agents come into the business, and unfortunately, many of those agents are now gone just simply because they get burned out in the business and they can't keep up the pace. What if I'm unable to continue working? Well, we don't like to think about these things, but heaven forbid we have an accident or an illness and we're laid up for 6, 8, 10 months. What happens to our income during that period of time? It stops, doesn't it? It doesn't continue because we're the ones that have to go out and generate that income. And if we can't continue to go out and work, we can't generate that income. Would I like to make more money without working even harder than I am now? Well, I think all of us would have to say that, right? But that's not the way this business is. When it's up to you and your income is dependent upon what you do, the only way that you can make more money is by doing more, which equates to working more. Suddenly, I realized I was in the world of real estate. Now, the world of real estate is something that I think we can relate to. That's where it's all up to you, it's all dependent upon you, and as a result, everything is limited to you. That's the world of real estate. And when your real estate career is built on you are in a box. There's only so much you can do. There's only so much time, so much energy that you have to put into your business, and sooner or later you start banging on the sides and the top and the bottom of that box, and you just can't get out. You're kind of trapped in there, and you're limited to what you can do. You're limited to your own personal production. If you want to make more, you have to do more, and your personal production is limited to your available time. How much time do you have? How much time do you want to put into your business? Let's take a look at a couple of what we call out-of-the-box visionaries. Now, this first gentleman is certainly somebody whose name you recognize, even though you probably don't recognize his face. That's Henry Ford. And the question is, how many cars would Henry Ford have built if he had to build each one by himself? Well, obviously, that's kind of a rhetorical question, because we know that if Henry Ford had to build all the cars himself, there would be no Ford Motor Company today, would there? He would be limited in what he could do. He'd probably still be in his garage. Well, he's passed away now, but he would have been in his garage maybe producing a few cars a year as opposed to cranking out the millions of cars that he did. Here's a gentleman that we all recognize. That's Bill Gates, of course. The question for you about him is, how long would it have taken Bill Gates to create all the Microsoft products if he had to do all of the programming himself? Well, like Henry Ford, he certainly wouldn't have been able to create Microsoft, would he? He and Paul Allen, his partner, would still probably be in their garage cranking out some great programs, but certainly would not have built the company and had the impact on the computer industry that they had by multiplying their efforts. And that's what these entrepreneurs and other visionary entrepreneurs understand. That's the power of we. And the power of we has everything to do with that multiplication of effort. See, by myself, I have limitations, don't I? There's only so much I can do, and I just can't go beyond that. And the only way for me to go beyond that is to multiply my efforts. Just like Henry Ford did. He employed thousands of people to create millions of automobiles. And Gates employed thousands of people to produce all of the Microsoft products. They could not do it themselves. There were limitations in the world. So, I'm pleased to announce today the end of the real estate era and the birth of the we real estate age. What we want to do is help you get out of that box and move into what we call the we real estate age. Now, the Nextage model is evolutionary. It represents the next age of the real estate industry. And quite frankly, that's how we came up with the name Nextage. We want to be the leaders. We want to lead the evolution. And the industry truly is evolving, and it needs to evolve, because the way that business has always been done, that traditional model just doesn't work anymore. Doesn't work for brokers, doesn't work for agents. Here's how it does work. In addition to their normal sales commissions, agents earn commission bonuses on the production of other agents they bring into the company. So it's real simple. If I bring Sally Sue into the business, she has a closing, guess what? I get a sales bonus on that closing. I get a sales bonus on the production that she does. And the best part of it is, it just doesn't stop there. Because I also earn sales bonuses on the production of the agents those agents bring in. And on the agents those agents bring in, and so on and so forth. So there is unlimited opportunity because I'm multiplying my efforts. I'm putting the power of we to work.